April?
Yeah, it's April.
I feel like this year's already going by so fast.
Yeah, I mean, Christmas is right around the corner.
That is true, man. We'll start buying gifts.
Well, that's the
real
thing
soon.
about these holidays, you know what I mean? Like, you're talking about getting something for your nephews, you know? So, all these
Yeah.
holidays, you always gotta buy something, you know what I mean? That's what they're set up for. So, that Christmas and Easter, they're kind of similar, you know? Getting stuff for the kids.
It's a struggle. It's a struggle because it's like, what do I get them? You know, they all have different tastes, and I don't want to disappoint them.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So like, I always try my best to do what I can to make them happy.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like last year when it was Halloween, I think it fell on a Saturday.
I believe so.
Yeah. Their mom didn't want to take them out, obviously, for
COVID. Yeah.
COVID. So I still had that Venom mask that I bought like years back.
Yeah.
Back in 15 when I was with Chris and we was going to a Halloween party.
Okay.
So we went to Spirit Halloween, those temporary stores that open up late August into October. So I was like, I need to get a mask or something. So I seen Venom right there, and I was wearing all black.
Okay.
So it was perfect.
Yep.
So somehow I still had it somewhere like deep in my closet. So I pulled that shit out, went to Walmart, and I bought a bunch of candy, and I was tossing them in 2 bags for Gabriel, for Alex, and I was sorting them out with my sister, and she's like, yo, that's too much candy for that. I'm like, no, it's not. And then I started counting, I was like, oh, wait. I think you're right. You know, let's take some for us. You know? Take some back, because they're kids, they're not going to eat that much. But being able to semi-surprise them, like go to the house and have the mask on, scare Alex because he's younger, and showing him the candy with the mask on. I'm like, yo, you don't have to be afraid. Like, it's me. Like, it's all good. So being able to do that, it was really good. So hopefully I could find something real quick when I go out, and it's the same reaction.
Yeah, because that's the thing with kids. It depends on the age. Like, I feel like younger kids are more easier to buy for because they're gonna be excited over anything.
Right.
You know, you give them a little toy from Dollar Tree or something, they're gonna play with it. You know. But once they start getting into like the double digits, like 10, 11, 12, closer to teenage years, they know, and they get more expensive. You know. Gabriel,
he's 12 now.
Damn.
And I haven't seen him since his birthday when we went by the house real quick to drop off the shoes.
Yep.
That was my last time seeing him.
Wow. What was that?
December.
Wow.
December, and now we're in April, so 4 months.
Yeah.
And my sister Lisa went over like a while ago, and she told me, oh, he's getting so big, his voice is getting deep, that. I'm like, no, like, damn, like, I miss him when he was so small, and, like, I can pick him up. Like, I'll never forget his first word. It wasn't mommy, it wasn't daddy. I forced it on him. I was like, say milk dud. Milk dud.
No.
So he was like, she's like, he's gonna say mommy. All of a sudden, Maybach music. I was like, oh shit. Nah, he said milk dud. I was so happy. I was like, yeah,
you're all happy they're heated. Like, what the hell? His first word.
And like, no one's nickname is Milk Dud. No one likes Milk Dud. I was just saying something random. His first word was Milk Dud.
Have you told him that story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows the song. And I taught him how to hit too.
Yeah.
Back when I had, hair, when I would hold him, he would grab onto my hair. You know how kids are,
I remember you told me that.
So like he would grab onto it and he would start like yelling like ah! And I'm like no get out. So I take his arm and I would pat my face with his hand. I was like, just do that. Nice. And I'm like, you ready? Boom. So when he was with his parents and their in-laws and they would hold him, he was doing that to them, like being all abusive. I'm like, yo, what did I do? Like he'd be like, ah. I'm like, that's my little man. So like now seeing him now, he's about to be 13.
Yeah.
Like it's a bittersweet moment because
for real, bro.
I'll never forget the first time seeing him in the incubator.
Yeah.
At Rhode Island Hospital.
Yeah.
When they were still operating.
Yeah, no, of course.
It was Christmas Day, I believe, first time seeing them Lakers Celtics.
Wow, really?
And seeing him in the incubator and just seeing him grow.
Oh yeah, because he's 23, December 23rd, right?
23rd.
Yeah, so 2 days before Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So it's like I gotta get him something for his fucking birthday and Christmas, you know. And I did buy him I bought him 2 pairs of shoes, and unfortunately one was fucking stolen. I've gotten so many things delivered to me of all things. Like that's what affected me the most. Like I didn't care if it was for me. It's for my kid, you know. So like that really got me upset. But I was able to get the ones that he pointed out to me like months ago, and like he was happy about that. So hopefully he's rocking them. And I told him to keep the box too. Because it's kind of rare. You know, that collaboration with Sonic and Puma.
Oh, okay.
You know, so like you'll probably see them like later down the road. But not anytime soon. So like I told him, just hold on to that box because it could be vintage one day.
That was their first calibration?
I believe so. On a shoe, I think so. They might have had other colorways that were similar.
And that was
to Mario? That character. No, this was Sonic.
Oh, Sonic?
Yeah, this was Sonic.
Oh, okay, I thought you said Mario.
The first pair was Mario themed.
Oh, okay.
Mario 64 theme, and like I really liked it. It was the old school Puma look to it. It shipped right away. It got to the house right away, and I found just an empty box.
Damn.
I was like, man.
And that was for his birthday or his Christmas?
That was gonna be for his birthday.
Yeah.
And then the Sonic ones was gonna be for Christmas. You know. So.
Yeah, I mean, you still got him something, and he was still happy, you know.
Yeah, I wanted to spend time with them, but like with COVID, you know, they came down with their masks on, and this was before we were vaccinated, so we didn't want to like risk anything. So
and just talking about having birthdays close to a holiday, like I feel like those kids get it worse because that's what happens. Everybody thinks like that. All right, one present's gonna be for the birthday, one present's gonna be for the holiday. You know, so they don't get the whole package, just like if we had like a birthday on a regular day. So I think it's better to have it away from a holiday than close to a holiday because then people are going to just split it up. Like my nephew, I do the same thing because he's December 22nd, 3 days before Christmas. So it's always like that. All right, one present for your birthday, one present for Christmas. Instead of just 2 presents each day, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just funny because he's 17. My nephew, he just turned 17, turned 18. He's following me on social media now. Like just seeing him, like I changed his diaper. I changed his diaper. Now to see him all fucking grown up.
Time flies, man. That's crazy because Gabriel, he follows me on Instagram. You know, so it's like I remember when he was a baby in the crib, smiling at me, kicking his feet and all that, and seeing him all grown and just talking about things I have no idea about. I'm like, right, Nah, but I love the kid, man.
I mean, they're getting older, we're getting older, so it makes me think about when I was young, not really having social media. I think the first social media I had was MySpace.
Bro, I remember first hearing about MySpace. I was in 7th grade, computer applications class. The teacher said out loud, listen, no one is allowed to go on MySpace. And I'm like, what's MySpace? I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, MySpace. I'm like, this is my space. This is your space. Like, don't invade my space. Get out of here. And like, I had no idea. And because at home, I didn't have a computer. I didn't have a phone. So like, I wasn't in tune with the social media world at the time.
Exactly.
So,
and I believe it was only for like college students. I feel like they always practice like all these new apps with college students, and I think that's how it started off. Unless I'm mixing up the stories with Facebook, because I know Facebook was also started that way with colleges too. And I remember Tom was for MySpace.
Yeah, everyone left them. The top 8.
That would be your first friend, right?
Guy right there, like.
But also, in middle school too, I would go to Central Falls Public Library. Go there, sign into my MySpace. Put the backdrop of like an artist, the first song that you go into.
That was critical. That was critical to gaining more friends. Is how you designed your whole profile layout. Like I was always like in tune to doing that and getting the profile song. Like you would go to CF library, I would go to Pawtucket library at the time where you actually had to check in. They sign you in. You had like a 30-minute limit, and like I would be there just checking my messages. I'd be on Idle, so like yo, those were the days. MySpace was fun, and I'll never forget one of like the first few posts that I've seen was my older sister. She said, "I finally got Facebook." I'm like, what?
She posted that on MySpace.
Yeah, and I don't recall the exact date, but I believe it was 2007. 2007. She's like, "I finally made a Facebook." I'm like, what the fuck is a Facebook? I just made MySpace. Now there's another platform that like I gotta go hop on now. So MySpace started to dwindle down a bit. People started migrating from MySpace to Facebook. And I remember making Facebook March 13, 2010.
2010, huh?
I was at Alion's house. Because his house was like the setup for everything. Like I go there with my MP3 player, plug it into his laptop, go to fucking LimeWire back in the day.
Yes, we had no Apple Music. No Spotify, no Tidal.
Yeah, you had to
LimeWire.
Download all those songs. You had to like write a list down or just from the top of your head. Think about all the songs that you heard. Rap City or 106 in Park. Like, I want that. And his house was the shit because he had computers downstairs, upstairs, and that's how I created my Facebook. And then getting all the friend requests left and right. Like, I'm like, yo, I know this person, I know that. I'm like, yo, welcome to the party.
It's a big community.
I'm like, this is way better than MySpace. Sorry, Tom. Like, I know you befriended me, you treated me right, but like, it's time to go. You know, so.
I feel like that's the thing with social media that we gravitate towards. It's like everybody being at one place. You know what I mean? So I remember when I first made a Facebook too, and then I don't know if it was you and Leon, they're like, yo, go follow my friend, he just made one.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember something like, because that was like the thing to get more followers. It's like, oh, follow my boy, he's cute. My nigga cute, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, rate this. Yo, what was the
best feature? Smash and pass, rate me, inbox, you know that. And there was a time, like, I didn't really do it often. If I did, it was with you guys.
Okay.
When we would go to James's house and we'd be up like night just on the laptop, like, yo, let's see what we could do, like for status or rate from me or John.
Oh, or
John Alion.
And then you did one for like a poem, like
I was getting into that. So there was a time I believe I was home and I was like, you know what? Let me see, because at the time the writer's block was out, and I felt like I could just let my hand just do the talking and just freely write something. And I believe I was writing a poem for someone in particular, and I was like, you know what, let me try to see if I could get more attention. So I was like my status for a poem, right? And in brackets I put only doing a few. I ended up getting like 18 likes.
Damn.
Most of them I knew. Some I didn't, but I was actually able. I wrote down all the names. I took one name one by one, and I wrote like a few lines about each person, and I actually still have those for today.
Yo, damn.
I still have them.
That's funny though. Everybody was doing that. The LMAS. I was like, yo, what does that stand for? Like my stats for this. Like my stats for that.
No, that was a good time. When I was definitely impressed with myself. I was able to write a bunch of poems for everyone.
I mean, that was peak. You know what I mean? Peak social media. You know, everybody was on Facebook at that time. I feel like now Facebook is more of like more general, like all ages. When we were on it originally, it was just us teenagers. You know, well, that's how it felt at the time.
Of course.
It was brand new. Everybody was on it. If you don't got a Facebook, then you ain't it. If you're not posting on Facebook, you're not doing it. Right. Like that's what made it like certain. I remember seeing like if we're not friends on Facebook, we're not friends in real life. You know what I mean? Like you'll see someone in person like, yo, why didn't you follow me on Facebook? Like, oh, my bad. Add me right now.
Yeah, people took that shit seriously back in the day. It's like, yo, fam, you ain't gonna follow back?
Yeah.
Like, what's good? We can settle it right now. All right, chill. Damn. And then, send me the request.
And then talk about following people. Then there goes the blocking too. I know recently we saw that post of Cameron.
Yeah.
He said he blocked over 200,000 people.
On each?
I don't know.
Or just all around?
All platforms. He just said he has 200,000 people blocked as of right now. I'm just like, yo, 200,000? Don't you have to go through each one by one?
Yeah.
Like, yo, who got the time for that? Maybe it's over the years, like over 10 years.
Yeah. Of course. So you want to know where I stand when it comes to the whole?
Well, I'm just saying, like when you're looking for that follow, and then you're also looking for that block. Like, all right, I want this person seeing what I'm doing, because that also means something too when you unfriend somebody. Just like how you friend somebody and you unfriend someone.
Yes.
Like, you ever experienced that, like seeing that, like, oh shit, I'm not friends with somebody, or when you search them you can't see them, like, oh wait, do they got me blocked? Like, what did I do to you?
when it comes to the whole unfriending and blocking, I feel like I'm on the fence with it. I guess it all depends on the person.
So you never felt some type of way if someone wasn't following you, or if they blocked you, went to go search their name?
In the beginning of my social media career, I definitely felt some type of way. I thought we were cool people. Why aren't you following me? You know, fine. I'm gonna just unfriend you. Nowadays, you'll see that tab that says people that you may know. Like, I might know a few people, but like, I don't feel the entitlement to click add on them, because it's like, I don't care. Because nowadays, like, Facebook is kind of just like dead to me. Because I see the same people saying the same things over and over again, and it's mostly negative, and it's not for me.
Yeah, it's very political on Facebook right now. I feel like when I go on Facebook, it's just a bunch of memes. Like, people are just reposting. So I'll just stay on IG. Like, that's where memes are too, and there's videos, you know, just... I feel like Facebook has just gravitated towards like a larger fan base, so it's too many like different personalities on there,
and mostly the immature young kids. One person in particular, my cousin Angel, right? He literally says like the same shit all the time. Yo, who's up? Who's up with the boy? It's like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, bro.
Yo, get some responsibilities, buddy.
You're 27. We sleeping. We resting. We're getting ready for work the next day.
Yeah.
He's been saying the same status for like 10 years. Who's up? Who's up with me?
We lit.
Yeah. I love my cousin to death. That's fam, but it's like, it comes to a point in time in your life where you just gotta like get a reality check, look at yourself in the mirror, and like, come on, man.
Well, that's why they say age is just a number, because we all grow in age, but we don't all grow in mentality.
Yeah, you know it's all about that mental state of mind.
You know? Nah, I definitely feel you. Like, right now, I say Twitter and IG are my 1 and 2. Like, they flip flop. I'll use IG more sometimes I use Twitter more. You know, I don't know if it's because Twitter is more instant. Like, I'm seeing more.
It's more informative for me. So like, when I go to the search bar, the search tab, and you see what's trending around the world, you get informed with everything right there and then. It's the news outlet, social. It's everything in one. Instagram, I have like a love-hate relationship with that. I think Instagram was one of the last social media platforms that I created. There was a time when, once again, we were all at James's house. And I don't know if like I made a bet or I was like, fuck it, let me just cave in and just make an Instagram, you know, because like at the time I just thought Instagram, Facebook were the same. I can post pictures there. Like, I don't have to post pictures at this platform. You know, so Instagram, there was times where I would go long breaks without posting anything and just scroll and see what people are doing. So that's how I feel about Instagram. It's a love and hate thing. it's always the search tab, the discovery tab.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely informative.
Yep.
You get to see things like, oh, I didn't know this, I didn't know that. So, me personally, I enjoy Twitter a whole lot more.
On social media, do you have different friends on each platform, or is it about the same friends, followers on each one?
For the most part, I have all the same friends on each platform. I would say on Twitter it might be a little bit different. I have a few followers that I personally don't know. I don't know how they found me. Like they'll just add me and I'll get that notification. So and so follows you now. I'm like, who's you?
Oh yeah.
Some of them have like the check mark. And I don't even know who it's not the 7.
I was about to say.
It's not the 7. It's a check mark, but yeah, for the most part, they follow me, people that I know.
And I know right now I'm public, but I remember in the beginning I was always keeping it private.
Me too.
I don't want other people seeing what I'm doing right now, you know what I mean? Like, I want to control who can see what I post up.
Right.
Like,
but, I feel you, because there was a long time that I was private, and then when we started doing this here,
of course,
I was like, I have to be public so people could see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And nowadays, like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, whether you're my friend or a stranger, foe, whoever, like, I'm not gonna let that affect me.
It's still a view, you know what I mean? They still
exactly.
If you have the time and you want to use your time for that to check up on me, that's your life, you know what I mean?
Exactly, because like at the end of the day, I'm gonna continue to do me.
Yeah.
I'm not here to please anyone. If you want to see, fine. If you don't, fine. Like, that doesn't affect me. It's like what Big Sean said. You love me, I love you. You hate me, I love you.
It doesn't change who I am.
Exactly,
you know
because I can control me.
Yep.
At the end of the day, no one else.
Yeah. So I know when I first started IG, it was more of like posting food like pictures. Like, I remember everybody would post up their plate of food and they'll do the hashtag food porn. I remember seeing that. I was like, yo, food porn, what the hell?
Okay. I low key remember that.
Yeah. Like, that'd be the whole thing about IG, just posting up your food, like, oh, what you eating today? And then I remember I was so against Twitter. I don't know why I was being a rebel at the time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I remember when you first made it, too. I was like...
that's
he's got to find out. I got to go.
Yeah.
And he's like, let the following begin. And I was like, ah, shit.
Yeah, so right now, my Twitter friends are a little bit different than my IG friends. I feel like Twitter, that community is just more sophisticated. I don't know if it's just the layout of the format of Twitter. And then I feel like IG is more ratchet. You know what I mean? I go to IG for the hood gossip, to see what's trending, what's going on, you know what I mean? And then I go to Twitter, what stock should I?
It's like your LinkedIn profile. You have to show and tie, like, I'm ready to do business.
Yeah, so definitely IG and Twitter are my go-to. Facebook, if I'm bored, I'll just check up right there. But I feel like some of my friends on Facebook are on IG already, and since Facebook bought IG, so it's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
And everybody got stories now. I remember one time it was just Snapchat, I believe, with just stories. And now everybody got stories. Facebook got stories. Twitter just started doing the fleet. The fleet, you know what I mean? They all have different names, but it's all the same thing.
Yeah.
You know? So do you still use Snapchat, or is it just for like the group? I know we have a group chat in there.
Recently, I haven't been snapping like that because I see all the people that post stories, and like I don't even really watch their stories. Like, I don't really post to my story either. You know? Like we had a conversation before recording how I felt about Snapchat and me personally. Like, when it comes to reaching out to people.
Yeah.
You know, so I figured, like, Snapchat is just, it's whatever.
Yeah.
I keep it just like I keep Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
Is to communicate with the guys.
Yeah, your friends, your real friends. You know what I mean? Not to check up on people.
Nah.
Because that's the thing that since we were kind of raised in that generation of social media, we tend to like keep track of other people's lives, not on purpose, but just it's like a habit now. You look at people's lives.
It's in your face.
It's in your face.
You know, like you just happen to just come across it.
Yeah.
And you see it. So.
Yeah. So and then just subconsciously you start comparing your life to theirs.
Yeah.
And the thing is with social media, that's all their highlights. You're only seeing their highlights. You're not seeing their downfall, like what they had to do before they got to that.
Behind the scenes, behind closed doors, you don't know, and that's why people shouldn't highlight and fantasize relationship goals.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you see them on camera, you see them doing this and that. Oh my God, that's goals. It's like, why can't you create your own goals? Because you don't know what's going on in their lives, their personal lives behind closed doors.
Yeah,
they might look happy only on camera. You know, so I don't like that. It's stupid.
It's just the time we're living in right now, so we've been conditioned to think that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I definitely filter out a lot of stuff, and that was like early in my teenage years. That's how my mentality was. But right now, like, definitely no comparison, none of that. I know we have our own pace, we have our own journeys and stuff like that. But I don't know what I was getting to, but I just feel like the platforms, like how many platforms there are right now.
Yeah.
So we got Snapchat, we got Twitter, IG, Facebook. I know they just started coming out with Clubhouse. I don't know if you're familiar
Chat
with
house. that's what the older folks call it, chat house. Because it's just a bunch of people in one big group just talking.
Yeah, right. It's not like no posting, right? It's just voice.
It's just voice, I believe.
That's just crazy because that reminds me of another app, like, because I know I asked you about this walkie-talkie app where you would send like voice memos to people, you know, send like that.
Yeah.
And I remember that was pretty popular. Like, there's been so many trendy apps like throughout our whole like teenage to adulthood.
Vine.
You know, Vine.
And now there's TikTok.
AIM. I feel like we gotta give it up to AIM because AIM was ahead of their time. And Sidekicks.
I love
being so accessible.
Oh my God, AIM. AIM was everything, man. Talk to this girl, that girl, this girl, that girl. I see all the messages when I was away. I was like, yo, I gotta find my spot for Wi-Fi.
Yeah. But just to see like the trend, like everybody just hops on to these social media apps. Like that's keeping us hip, like keeping us in tune with society. You know what I mean? Because that's where I go to get my news too. Is Twitter. You know, Twitter, for sure. IG. Like, just that's why they call it social media, because it is a media platform, you know. But you also have to filter out like the false media, because some people will just read anything on the internet and believe it.
Yeah, and Twitter, I believe it's the only media platform that actually like says something. They censor like, they fact check it.
Yeah.
And I believe it was Trump the reason why they started doing that, because we all know what he's about, and
he has a large fan base.
Yeah, and Twitter would check him for that.
Yeah.
They would flag it and said, "Oh, this tweet has been deemed false.
Yeah.
For more info, click on this link."
That is true. Yeah. Now that you say it, is only Twitter that does that, because I remember, I think it was 2 years ago, Facebook. What's the guy's name?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg. He was in Congress. He got he had to go to court because he wasn't doing that. Because they had beliefs. The reason why Donald Trump won the election was because all the false narratives he was promoting on Facebook, and Facebook never stopped him. So he had to go to court for that, for not fact checking, and he said it himself, like, yeah, we don't do that. You know what I mean? So how are you not going to take accountability and have this large platform that control narratives? You know what I mean? Because that's what, like, just like news channels, they create our perspectives. We go off them, what they tell us. Exactly. So just with social media too, like, it's dangerous. It's a dangerous game out there. And I can only imagine all those closed-minded people, you know, that
and there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
And that's a scary thing too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sheep out there that can't think for themselves.
Yeah.
They automatically believe what they see on the news, what they see on Facebook. They automatically think it's true.
Yeah.
So that's why I really enjoy and appreciate Twitter, because they call people out.
Yeah.
They fact check.
Yeah, heck yeah. And what's the owner's name? Jack?
For Twitter?
Yeah, I think it's Jack.
I don't know. It sounds like Jack.
Yeah.
It sounds like a Jack, but I forgot.
Jackass. But yeah, blocking days, that's no longer in my wave no more. Like, I don't care. I'm not like Cameron being petty. You know what I mean? He's the petty king right now.
Like I was thinking when it comes to the blocking, like I'm like on the fence. I'm on the fence because like there's certain people it's like no I can't stand.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna block it because like I don't need.
Oh
this.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Other people it's like you know what? I want you to see me.
Yeah.
Because I want you to see that I'm doing me.
Yeah.
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
And I want my shine to be noticed. So
yeah.
that's how I feel. Like I'm on the fence when it comes to the blocking.
Yeah.
It all depends on the situation.
But the thing is, you only see what you follow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when it comes to the blocking is when you have that pettiness in your mind, like, oh, I don't want this person to see me, so I'm gonna block them. Like, but if you don't really care about who sees you and you control who you see, because you're not following that person anymore, you just unfriend them. Okay, it's not on your TL no more. So the blocking shouldn't really matter. You know what I mean? But if they're really trying to make some shit out of nothing, you know, like create a story or something like that, then I block them so they're not seeing you and not knowing anything about you. They could use against you, stuff like that. Because envy is like one of the biggest drugs out there, bro. People are so jealous. They want what you got. You know what I mean? They don't want to work for it. They just think that you didn't work for it. You know?
That just falls on your lap.
Yeah, bro.
You know?
So that blocking. That's the only thing I can think about to block somebody, but the whole pettiness behind it, like, oh, I'm gonna do this on purpose so they don't like see me shine or something like that. I don't know. Like I just said, I'm public now because of you guys right there. You know what I mean? So you can see us. But other than that, like that's my goal. You know what I mean? That's my goal behind it. Is just to get more fans out there, just to be more broader. And hopefully, you know what I mean, we just grow little by little. You know,
yeah, this is the start, you know, like we started right here on a couch, the ottoman, and I pretty much just took my phone out and I had the little kickstand put on the table. Yeah. I was like, let's just start talking.
Yeah.
Because this is like your first time doing something like this.
Yeah.
So I wanted you to feel comfortable about it.
Yeah.
So I just put the camera down. Let's talk about how the day was, how the week was.
Yeah.
And just let it flow. With special guest Chino right there. Like, yo, what's going on? And then from there we just kept building from the couch to the foldable chairs. We had the computer, the iPad on our lap, and like look at now. Slowly but surely, we got the selfie rings right here, the mic. Yeah. I'm looking forward to this progression. Yeah. It's gonna get better, and it's only one way up.
Yeah, and it takes your effort. You know what I mean? Nobody's talent. Like, yeah, it's good to have talent, but it's always about your hard work, the hard work you put in.
Exactly.
So, and that's what we've been doing. Effort, you know, A+ for effort, and sky's the limit. Well, they say the sky is only the view, but the stars are the goals or something like that.
Nah, he was going somewhere. That was good. That was good, man. But you got anything else to say? Anything you gotta get off the chest?
Yeah, like, yo, follow us on IG, 401 Becca Dreams. Follow us on YouTube. That's another platform. You know, Reminiscing Boys.
Yes, sir.
You know, just follow, hit the like, subscribe button, everything. Comments below. You know, we're here for you. You're here for us.
Exactly, and we appreciate y'all, and we'll see you next time. And how you do an outro?
The outro, they usually leave the beat on loop, so if anybody wants to hop in, you know.
Hey Google, how about you play this Big Sean song outro?